This next story is for adults only. Just shoo the kids out of the room. All right, I'll go ahead now. For the next 2 nights, we're going to take you inside the world of sexual fantasy, a close-knit society of people who usually like to play in private, but more and more, the people doing the playing are suburban couples. They could be your neighbors, your friends, fellow soccer moms. They could be you. Kirsten Cole is here to tell us more about these couples seeking sex in the city.
That's right, Jim and Heidi. They take the kids to school just like we do. They go grocery shopping, and they head off to work like the rest of us. But when the weekend rolls around, that's when they shed their workday personalities, dress up in leather and stilettos, and drive the bridges and tunnels to get to Manhattan. We were given unprecedented access to an S&M club where they live out their sexual fantasies, playing, swapping partners, and letting it all hang out. It's Saturday night. While you might be thinking about dinner and a movie, they're looking for a little more action. You see, these couples like the naughty.
It's gotta hurt before it feels good.
Much more than the nice.
It's more like a nice back rub.
But you've never had a back rub quite like this, with fur-lined cuffs, big deer hide whips, and heavy leather paddles.
It's one of my more favorite toys and one of Jan's less favorite toys.
S&M is a lot of fun.
This is really part of me, and it's not something that I can put away in the closet and leave it there forever.
Think, not from my neighborhood? Take a good look around. Studies prove 1 in 10 of us occasionally are into the same things, from this Long Island couple who shared their favorite pastime but hid their faces, to this married New Jersey pair who say their friends know they're pretty kinky. Then there's Bill and Missy, who regularly spank together, which both find comforting. They're all sneaking out of the suburbs to seek out this different type of play.
I'm single, but I do have about 4 or 5 different people that I do play with on a regular basis.
Couples come in from Long Island, from New Jersey, from Connecticut, from the outer boroughs. They're your brother, your sister, your doctor, your neighbor.
Except when they're dressed for thrill, you wouldn't recognize them.
It's great to put clothes on top of this, go out to dinner. Nobody knows what you've got on under there.
Just who does this stuff? Gil Kessler used to teach math. Now his students pay attention as he illustrates the best way to tie up your lover.
Rope work should always be neat, symmetrical. Don't be afraid of colors.
He hosts seminars on how to have safe, sane, and consensual SM at the Eulenspiegel Society in Lower Manhattan. The group's been teaching SM aficionados for 30 years.
Yeah. How about this? Doesn't hurt me at all.
Pain is a relative thing. Some people like more intensity and some people like things very lightly. It's all acceptable. It's all part of S&M.
But where do these people go to act out these fantasies and play along the pleasure-pain line? The super secretive often end up here in a dungeon. At Arena Productions in Midtown Manhattan, they have everything a couple could want. From the perfect whip.
Probably going to sting a lot more.
To a good paddle.
Smacking nice. Smacking nice.
Or something wilder. Getting strung up and spun around the room, kept in bondage, or the darkness of a jail cell, and more.
Just try to imagine this in a very intimate spot.
Playing out the doctor-nurse fantasy, complete with all your bondage needs.
Frequently, people do not like to be marked on their wrists or their legs. I mean, there are telltale signs.
And many couples look to Lita and Carrie for their expertise as a dominatrix.
It's a lot of role reversal even within these play roles where they have to kind of learn a new game just to keep it interesting or just so the other person's needs don't go unmet.
Couples looking for that kind of spice will pay up to $100 an hour to rent the room, $200 and up to have a pro play with them. And sometimes the bolder of the bunch will out themselves, looking to humiliation for titillation.
How are you?
Taking their cross-dressing out of the closet and onto the streets.
It's just a fun thing to do. It makes people smile.
But whether you play with your lover, other, or brand new friend, these people all say they'll never put their paddles down. Now, tomorrow we will explore the dominant-submissive relationship and why each likes it, as well as polyamory And that's a concept when multiple partners are allowed inside one relationship. They use the terms twosomes, threesomes, and moresomes.
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 Even moresomes.
Tomorrow.
Well, it takes all kinds.
Thank you, Kirsten.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to move on right now to a man who's causing a cold case.